Hello. I think we're pretty ready. Are you guys too? I'm just trying to mess around with my settings here so that things look good, but I'm pretty sure that they look good. So, you know, we got that going, which is kind of dope. The song is not really, nah, ain't cutting it, you know. So what I'm thinking with this stream is that, I don't know if you guys saw this, but yeah, the devs released some extra patch notes, which is kind of interesting. So I figured, why not look at them together? That is, which is why we're streaming. So, first of all, a change to meat grinders and longitudinal traction has been improved. And I guess that this means that the meat grinders will sort of adapt the omni-wheel movement so that they both feel the same. That's what I'm thinking. Also, welcome to the stream, everybody. But then we also have the hovers, which has a bit of a change here compared to last time. Power consumption increased to 12% instead of 14% for the red hovers. Wait a minute. It's so dark here, but now it's not. How about that, chat? I shall bring you the light. Then tonnage increased a little bit less than before, and same goes for this. Now, what this means is, in my opinion, and you guys feel free to chip in whenever you want to, but what this means, in my opinion, is that now hovers will be more just changed so that you don't need to run extra wheels on them, which effectively changes nothing, in my opinion. It changes that we don't have to use wheels, which is a very good thing. So I think it's a nice change by the devs. And seeing this change, I can also understand the slight increased durability to hovers then. Because then you still have to run less if you don't want to suffer from the power drain, but you don't get absurd amounts of extra durability, but you just get a bit of extra durability, which will sort of outweigh the need for less hovers. And here I think hovers with 7 or 8 hovers are still going to be maneuverable, like they were not really maneuverable yesterday if we use the same amount of hovers still. But again, keep in mind we don't need to, because now we have extra tonnage in each of them. What I liked about the last changes was the very high increase of power consumption and the very high increase of tonnage, meaning that we were sort of forced to use less hovers. I don't think we need to use less hovers here. What I didn't like was the low durability. But you haven't tried these changes yet, Allergy, so you can't tell if this is gonna feel better. Don't forget that. So you can't rule it out just yet. But my point is, what I'm trying to make here is that I would rather have them move towards a step where we would use less hovers, but they would still, like in an ideal scenario for me, I think 4 to 6 hovers would be the hard cap, no more, because that would still render you useless just by losing a couple of hovers. So you would still be fragile, but I would much rather want to see glass cannon hovers, if you know what I mean. But not in a way where you run 4 hovers, you lose 1, and then you're done. And that 1 hover falls off like this. The entire of the idea of hover vehicles, in my opinion, and what it seems like it has been for some time, is more so the fact that we would have these super fragile hovers, which is super hard to fly, but you would also get an even... Why do I have something? Okay, I think there, that feels better. So you would have hovers that are super fragile, but also super good once you master them, and you would fly them around. Now, I know this is a bit of a, some people like it, some people don't, because I know a lot of people will think it frustrated if they can't really fly them themselves. And that would lead to people saying, oh, these are OP, but you know, in my opinion, a higher skill cap should also reward the player more. I'm just moving in here because I want to see what else they kept. There we are. Yeah, I disagree with the inertia. I think it's mostly just because the power drain was so high before. I think they're going to feel fine, honestly, with this. I think this is a nice change. Because you drain so much power anyway when you have those extra wheels on there. So I think it's going to even itself out pretty much. Completely. Of course, we'll have to see. But I don't... This will remove the need to put wheels on hovers, but I think it's just the people who are like, oh, it's so dumb you put wheels on a hover just to boost the tonnage. It's fix-it devs. Now it's just gonna be like, oh, hovers are OP, and then we're gonna be there again. And I know I'm really not making it easy for the devs here with my comments for it either, because it's a super hard situation to change because of the way that people think about hovers and the way that people think about nerfing and buffing in this game. But I don't really know what to do about it. So that's the thing. My ideal scenario would be hovers with, I don't know, 10% power consumption for each. Would probably be fine. 8 would also work. Tonnage wouldn't need to be this high. You wouldn't need super, like, an incredible amount of tonnage. So I think this would be fine. And then just give them a little bit more durability and re-implement what we had before, where if you put more hovers, I think, was it 4 or 5 or something? Then you would like take a hard hit to your, was it power? Or acceleration back then, they called it. I don't really remember, but it was something along those lines. If you slapped more hovers on there, the build would just slow down incredibly much. But they are bringing in, like, look at tracks, for example. Tracks have been touched so much, and Omni wheels are being touched right now. Meat grinders, they're working on those as well. So they are working with other movement parts. The Hermit wheel that we have right now too is a super good wheel. People just don't use it. The thing is, you won't really ever... People are like, I want my wheels to compete with hovers. But you can make them go 500 kilometers an hour as long as you have a movement part where you can't, you know, pull back at full speed. You can't spin on the spot and stuff. You won't ever get wheels to be like hovers. They're supposed to be different like that. And people play hovers because this is a shooter game, and the hovers is the closest you get to omnidirectional movement, just like you have in a first-person shooter. So you can move on the spot, you can move around, you can go forwards, backwards, sideways, all directions, same speed, facing one direction. This is what is so unique about them, and then also now with the meat grinders and the Omni wheels. So you won't get to a position where you will, for example, ever be like, wheels can do the same as hovers. That's not it. It's about knowing what each specific movement type can do, and yes, then you still have to look at, well, are these competitive enough? Do you get other advantages from running wheels, which is, for example, the higher speed? Well, then maybe, I know people are like, give cabins more acceleration so that wheel builds don't slow down as much when they go up, but those are all people playing Bigfoots. Well, then maybe we should look at implementing more light wheels with the Hermit, so that you actually have builds that can go fast, even uphill. Because that's what I see most melees complain about, the fact that builds slow down uphill. But dude, you're running a big fucking tractor wheel on your build, so what do you expect? Do you expect it to be a race car with a tractor wheel on it? That makes no sense. And I think that's where we need to get to, that we just need we need wheel utility for each of the, like a wheel that is utilizing its own potential, so to say, what it's meant to do. And now we have two different types of epic wheels. We have wheels, and we have the Bigfoot wheels, and we have the Hermit wheels. So, you know, we have different types of wheels. And on top of that, then we also have something like the small tracks, which has, with the recent changes to it, actually, in my opinion, proven its worth. I think they're pretty cool. So, John, the devs respect your opinion on this. I feel you probably carry a lot of influence. I don't carry any, like, influences as such. I don't provide feedback to the devs from my opinions. I just sit here and voice my opinion because I like playing this game, and apparently people want to listen to my stupid opinions because otherwise they wouldn't show up to this stream. But I'm not going to the devs and say, hey, I want the game to be like this or anything. I've never done that. I'm not gonna do that. I've complained to them once where I was like, the Leviathan Clan Wars is bullshit. Do something. But I think I share the opinion of the masses there. But I know a lot of people are like, I am super biased when it comes to hovers, and I might be biased because I play them all the time. I might just not be very aware of my own bias. And then that's on me, and I need to change that. But I just, you know, simply because of that, I don't want to approach the devs and be like, you should do it like this or that when it comes to these discussions. They can listen to this, they can listen to chat, or they can decide not to. That's completely on them. I don't want to force my opinions on them when it comes to this, because I know it's a subject that has just a bunch of different opinions. So I try to just keep my thoughts on this to this chat and to you guys, okay? Small tracks definitely catch hovers very easily. I do agree. They are watching, yeah, they probably are. They've at least popped up in chat a couple times, and I like that. And I want you guys to also, you know, chip in on this discussion, because that's the way that we provide feedback from as many people as possible when we do this. So, I mean, I hope you guys will chip in on the discussions, all right? But I'm really positive about what we're seeing here, because you can't argue that the devs are not listening to what people are saying. The fact that they, after one day of testing, has provided additional changes to the Icarus, additional changes to the Kaiju, again shows that they're listening to people, okay? And I think we should also appreciate that. By the way, I just need to see, is the test server open now? We're just basically waiting for the test servers to open. It's gonna open here in 5 minutes. So we should be there soon. But I think since this is the thing that most people are complaining about, I think it's nice to see that they keep constantly try to touch these. I would love it if they would space these two apart even more. Make the Icarus 4 even more aimed towards being tanky, so we could have a hover that would work on heavy builds but also move like a heavy build. I don't know, reduce the top speed of it, a bit like with Bigfoots, and I guess that's even a bad example because top speed is mostly controlled by the cabin when it comes to wheels. But something like, you know, with tracks where we have heavy tracks or light tracks, have a heavy hover and a light hover, and make this one just, no one is going to use it because it's going to be terrible, because that's not the functionality of hovers. But then we have two different opinions for the people, or options for the people who want it. And then make the Icarus 7 a light hover. Just leave hovers alone, make where you can't use cannons. So you would have hovers without cannons, when fixed angle cannons in a game like this literally need a movement part that will allow for omnidirectional movement. That would just not fix anything at all. That would literally make so many people leave this game like this. You can't just ban stuff because you don't agree with it. That's... My suggestion is make hover speed lower but add an engine that boosts it. It's just gonna limit the availability because it's gonna be the same. You're gonna lose out on so much if you limit their movement too much. The movement speed, rather, should I say. It's not gonna be competitive then. They are speed-wise and stuff like that in a nice place in my position, in my opinion at least. But I totally get what you're saying. It's just, I think right now, with the situation the game is in, that the hovers are slower than wheels and small tracks, which is nice, giving the small tracks a chance and the wheels a chance to catch up to hovers so that they can always get to them. But I mean, I think if you slow them down anymore, you might as well just play spiders. There's no point. There's nothing that differentiates hovers from spiders besides just hovers being weaker than a weaker movement part than legs then all of a sudden. So it is a tough one to change, but you want that distinct difference between each movement part. If they bring down the power, or if they increase the power much more, then they have to undo. They could increase the power more on hovers. They easily could. But then they would have to revert the inertia change, because otherwise they would just all over be too sloppy. Because still, in my opinion, hovers should not be these slow ass builds that can't really go anywhere because they can't turn, they can't escape. You would still need that fast acceleration and that's fast peak and side strafing stuff. But it should also still be a vehicle where you get smacked because you don't move far enough. Well then, you would just be screwed if you didn't do it right. That's the point of glass cannons. If you play a glass cannon well, they can be so deadly. But if you don't play a glass cannon well, you die over and over and over again. But it should still not be so deadly that other movement parts can't compete. It's a bit like, I've been playing a bunch of World of Warcraft lately because the new patch coming out, and specific tank setups can fight rogues that are one-shot machines but also die easier, because the tanks have their speciality and the rogues have their speciality, you know. It's like that in all games. When I played League of Legends, it was the same, you know. A glass cannon could deal a bunch of damage, but they would also die the second that they got crowd control, for example. Far off that G920. I actually had that. This one. There it is. It's just tough, you know, chat. And I'm happy that I'm not the dev, because I wouldn't want to sit in this situation trying to nerf this. You know what I mean? Because that would just be terrible. We need Leviathan custom games. See, that is something I can get behind. Big ramps of wheels, you can move sideways fast. I do like the big ramps. It was a nice change because it's a nice... And again, it just shows with all the different movement parts that we get, that we are getting a diverse mix of movement parts. Now we also have the Omni Wheels, which is a faster version of the meat grinder, giving wheel builds some justification. I'm, by the way, excited to see the meat grinder here, to see what that works with, because the turning radius, I was actually building a meat grinder build yesterday after being on, because I was like, I wonder if I can build something that I can slap Omni Wheels on. But I'm thinking if that will have some legitimacy now. See, we should be able to log in now. Still undergoing maintenance. Open up, devs. We could try to send them a message. Norganon is on. I'm just gonna send him.
TreeBurgers. Yes.
LMAO, get a bit closer.
Holy Allergy, you madman. Are you serious about that? Fuck, dude. Thank you so much, man. I know it's you, by the way. You're not gonna fool me with that name, even though I respect it. Shit, dude. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. I promise you I'm gonna get that wheel. I recorded a BeamNG video today, by the way, with the makeshift wheel down here. The temp solution. It was a fun video. I enjoyed it, but... Well, thanks. You're insane, homie. Okay, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna ping them here and say, hey, open up. FBI, open up. Shit. Who do I DM? It's a noggin on one. Hey man, will these servers open up now? I got the stream all waiting and excited for the additional changes. There we go. We need Old Town, Ship Graveyard, and Fortress. I do agree. Still undergoing maintenance? It should open up any minute. I get it if they're not there at like exactly time. But yeah, I'm sad that they took Broken Arrow out of the rotation. It used to be my favorite Clan Wars map. I'm still trying to find my new favorite. I think for Melise, it's actually slowly becoming Sandy Gulf because there's so many jumps on that map. We need more Clan Wars maps. Yeah. I hope we get it soon. We should. More than likely. Also, I'm excited to see, by the way, we haven't really talked about the Kaiju at all, but that weapon recoil increase is going to be interesting to see how that's going to feel on hovers now. And I want to see the flight time of the Kaiju. What I'm also hoping is that this change is going to mean that we can actually see the projectiles now. That would be literally pog. No, I'm saying. I'm just gonna send a burger in chat while we wait. I know you guys are curious as to how you do this. And I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Just below this live stream, there's a big blue button that says become member. You can actually become a member on the channel so you can get access to the builds that I make for CROSSOUT that I use in Clan Wars and stuff. And I don't share those with anybody, but I'm gonna share them with you if you're a member. And you can just come always chill in the live streams, show your support, get an epic member badge and a green name just like Allergy has it, and you can use all of these quick emoji. Did I say quick? Beautiful, I mean, emojis while we are streaming. It's just an absolute bunch of good stuff to it. Oh, I know what. I don't think I've updated the test server since... Yeah. Look at that. It's updating now. Let's go. Okay, it updated. I think we can get in now. Stream might have just... Is it still frozen? No, it's not. still undergoing maintenance. We're gonna move it over here then while we wait. Do I just drop a big fat add everyone ping? Did you start? I just joined. Nope, we're just waiting for the servers to go live right now. Come on. I see my man Basil knows what's up. Wait. So go. Nope. It is updated though. Wait, did they change the timetable or something? Don't tell me they did. Nah, it's the same. Time GMT, it's 1308. Yeah, good. Still nothing. Okay, I'm going in for the full yeet. I'm gonna... Shit, I can't add everyone. But I'm thinking, what if we, ooh. We could potentially just open up the PR test. Oh shit, I just shut down music and everything here. I did not mean to, chat. Is going to be back in just a second, okay? Vocals, instrumental. Are we still live? I think we are. Go. Oh! There we go. Okay, we're live now. Beautiful! Let's go. Meet grinders in Paris. Okay, let me just synchronize the account data. Do you know anything about the Reaper Copter nerf? They've said they will nerf it. I don't really know if they've done anything to it. Homie, we got so many burger dances that I can't even keep track of them anymore. That's what we do. Oh, there we go. Okay. Count data synchronized. Everything is in order. Just gonna whip out the test phone here. Okay, let's see. I don't know if anything feels different with this. But I don't really know what I'm looking up for anyway. Okay. That's a lot of new things. Storage. Icarus. There we are. Shit. Wait. Hold up. I think they forgot to update it. Okay, I'm just gonna quit that. That was the test server, yes. Was it the right test server? No. Okay, now it's downloading a new update. There we go. I think we got it now, chat. Okay. Go. Gonna close my eyes for 5 seconds. And then I'm gonna press the login button again. No luck. Right, chat. Well, we have some technical difficulties. If you would just hold on, please. Brace for 3 minutes of me shit talking and just paddling through this as we hopefully get the test server back soon. You still a friend of Sethio's? I've always been a friend of Sethio's. Me and him go way back. So. Kaiju now uses 12 energy, lol, that's a joke. Why? Why is that a joke? And is it a funny one? Because if it is a funny one, I want you to tell it to me right now because I don't get it. But if you can elaborate. I really feel like stretching and just yawning, so I think I'm gonna do that. 12 energy is bog though. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. What am I thinking? I fully agree on the 12 energy. That's why I'm like, I don't really get the joke, but I'm also... I'm waiting for the confetti, I can't explain it yet. Can you really tell a joke if you can't explain it? You're thinking that the test server should work. I'm just gonna shut it down again, how about that? I'm wondering if the PI test is working. Because then we could just go there. Oh, wait, this is exciting, chat. Oh, no. It is still undergoing maintenance. Kaiju needs slower fire rate, not sprint nerf. You know what the Kaiju needs? The Kaiju needs a few things. One of them they are providing right now, actually, which is kind of dope. Now the projectiles have a certain flight time to reach the target. Thank fuck. Second of all, The Kaiju really also just needs to show where the shit you're getting shot from, because you have no idea. If you get sniped from across the map, it's literally like getting sniped from 5 kilometers in Battlefield. I don't remember if it was 3 or 4, but either Battlefield 3 or 4 was just absolutely horrifying. Chat. I just got in on the test servers. I'm just gonna sync my account data once again because I'm not sure if they have done that for me now, but if you'll just hold up for 3 seconds, we should be landing in 3, 2, 1. There we are. Beautiful. Gotta love it. Okay. 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 Okay, this is actually getting kind of hilarious. I like to think that the current situation in the freaking like Sajim headquarters right now is like, hey Boris, what the happening to the test server? Hey, Igor. I'm telling you, I don't know what is going on with the test server right now. Hey, Boris. Come here. You want to tell me you did the babush? But I don't know how to speak with a Russian accent. Fuck. Okay. I'm imagining something along the lines of Boris being like getting slapped because his babushka did not raise him quite well enough to have some discipline to make a fucking test server work when they need to, okay? And then we have Igor over here, who is like, just, if this is Boris, then this is Igor, and he is just a little bit higher, and he's like, Bliad, Zuka, Blin, work. Dimitri and Yuri, they're over here. They're over here. They've been slapped to shit already because they're like, oh fuck, they didn't know how to fix it either. They were the one who implemented the test server the first time, so they've already had the shit beaten out of them. So they're just stuffed in the corner now, half dead. Igor, I have no good server. I have no good server for you, okay? He's an old test server, okay? Blin. I'm wondering if we're just stuck with this then, or if it's actually gonna be like changing. There's a fish. Look. Here. It's there. Fish. Okay, we're gonna try one more time. It's good. Boris, I have good server now, I hope. If I don't have good server now, I hope you will do something to my server. I need a good server. This is right Server? Blind. No. Still have the wrong server, Boris. Still have the wrong server. Ai, PSD. Okay, so someone says the recall is insane, so maybe they've done something. Kaiju? Hello? Okay, so someone said something about the Kaiju. Let's get a Kaiju. Oh, this don't shoot anymore because it's 12 energy now. Well, shit. This don't shoot anymore either. None of them shoot, so we're gonna download one of them. We're gonna use something about it. Okay. Get out of here. Okay. Well, man, so why do you tell me to go on the live server or the test server and try the Kaiju to see the new cooldown or recall, and then I see no fucking difference in the recall? Are you trying to play me? Okay, so that one is definitely a projectile now. Oh, oh, okay. So there is something there. I just came here to test those. Oh, the meat grinder. Okay. I have one good thing to say about the Boris. Boris, you make a good server. This is very good. This is very good. This, the Hoffe, Blin. Sasha is not pleased. Oh, did I feel something different here though? Okay, let's just get some speed going here. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, what the fuck? Bruh. What do you think this is? Why does the dual typhoon shot like that just slap him for that much damage? 33 fucking damage. Did you see that, chat? Okay. 23 FPS. What do you mean, dude? Oh, there's really not a lot going. Oh, it's so laggy. Why is this so laggy? Oh, not this again. Oh my god, I actually hate this. I don't know why, but this is apparently all of a sudden a thing. Let's just do like this. Nah, we want some. There we go. Water reflections. Yeah, whatever. We need tire tracks high, that's for sure. Any strophic filtering. Yeah. Grass low. We don't want that much grass. It's so annoying to look at anyway. Is it still laggy? It was lagging when I shot. How do you see the FPS, by the way? This is fine, right? And I know how to see the FPS in here. I was just talking about how can you see the freaking... Like, how could you see the FPS before? Because I couldn't, that's for sure. Just try this. I just want 0 lag. There we go. Okay. I honestly wish that the hovers would be updated. It's not stuttery now, though. Are you guys trolling me? It's not stuttery anymore. You guys are trolling me. It's not stuttery anymore. You're gonna make me cry, okay? Okay, so fair played. This one is... I just realized something. It's gonna be so hard to compare this to a sculpt shot, or maybe not. Okay, what I'm thinking is... Okay, Elegy and Polsky, I'm gonna need you guys' help. If any of you guys got sculpts, I don't know if you do. Shit, I didn't want to visit the garage. Okay, I need some people. I will need a person with non-fused scorpions on the test server. Because then we can figure what the travel speed is like compared to something like the Scorpion. Yeah, I swear to God, dude, I don't know what I'm listening to right now. But you definitely, like, see the recoil here? It kicks, for sure. We should put this on wheels for a bit instead of just trying to hover. Just do like... I see these all the time. I'm tempted to just take a growl. Put that there, put a bunch of wheels on it. Let's go for the camber wheels. I want to see if it can like flip builds, or is what we're looking at. The Kaiju. Oh, generator. Thank you. Then the Kaiju. Let's try the untested one here actually, because this one is not fused. Good. You get sculpts and weaker Kaiju. Well, that's true as well. I motherfucking hit. Okay. That is unexpected. Let's see. I don't think you need any more than this to kill the recoil, but it's still definitely more recoil. Yeah, it's actually kind of scuffed. Why? Why are the recoils appearing all the way over there? That is so random. I mean, people complaining about the fact that the Kaiju is gonna get nerfed are... You need to think about what you get for 12 or for before 11 energy. You get a gun that you can charge for as long as you want. Like, you can charge this indefinitely if you want to. So if I had a body down there, an enemy who was gonna peek around the corner, I could just sit here waiting with my gun ready, and I could just, you know, sit here, just fall asleep, and then someone would say, oh shit, he's peeking, and I could wake up and I could just let go of my controller and I would shoot him. With a very, very short cooldown, and then I could do it again. So effectively, if I'm trading in a battle, I can cloak up and I can charge this, I can be ready to shoot, and then when I'm ready to shoot, there is my opponent, so I shoot him. And then I go back into cover. And then I'll wait for this one to recharge, and then I'll have my cloak again. And I'll go peek again, and then I'm ready to shoot once more. You're getting... This is the most insane seal clubbing weapon that we've ever had in the game, in my opinion. So... I think it's a very welcome change, to be very honest with you guys. And I think if it's not because you didn't just unlock it and you just started seal clubbing and wrecking noobs with it left and right, because that's what you do, because that's how good you are at this game, then you would think that the Kaiju is OP as well. But since you enjoy wrecking noobs more than you enjoy a fair gaming experience, then you're gonna be upset about the change, right? I feel like that's... that's what most of you guys think, at least. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you know. I'm rarely wrong. Now they gave it more recoil than it had before. And then they gave it projectiles as well, so you can see it now has actual projectiles. So you can see where the shots come from. You see that? Because right now when you get blasted by it, there's just no way you can tell where it's coming from. Now, they didn't increase it as such, they just gave it more energy, and you know how some patches ago they changed it so that energy just has a fixed power score to it. So for each 1 point of energy, a weapon has an X amount of power score depending on the rarity of the weapon. You'll be able to tell where it comes from now when you see the bullets. It's gonna help a lot when you have a visual bullet there that you have now, so you're gonna be able to tell. Because before, when it hit instantly, it didn't have any bullet. It was only the smoke trail, but you see, it now has a smoke trail, plus you also have a visual bullet that flies out. You see that? It's gonna help you see where it was. Yeah, so it's 400 power score per 1 energy for legendaries, right? So that's a nice change in my opinion. I'm hoping others are probably still scuffed. I don't know if you should try restarting the server just once more. You should do that. Yeah, it should have bullets in my opinion as well. I think it's a nice change. It's gonna make life just a bit more easy. Oh, I don't think relogin did anything at all. I'm just gonna bring this over here, but looking at this, it's still the same. What a shame. I don't think we'll get to test hovers then. Maybe tomorrow? Wait. It could potentially just be the stats, because I feel like this feels different than it did yesterday. Well, that was kind of rude. This definitely feels different from yesterday. So they could have potentially changed it. Oops. I wonder if they did. Score power with the beholder plus 6 servers is really responsive. Wonder if anyone uploaded that to the exhibition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, that's really good actually. But you see, this is because, and this is actually one of the things that I would argue against right now. Because I tried the not fused version, by the way. Because while this is fast, you guys need to remember one thing. Or there's actually a couple of different like things about this that is both good and bad. So let's start out with the good thing. The good thing is that you now have to use less hovers and you don't have to use any wheels. The build still super responsive, like a hover in my opinion should be. It's fast and everything. That's very dope. That's what we need. Now, the bad thing about this is that it is, in my opinion, counterintuitive for what I think a hover should be, which is a light build, because this is a heavy build. Or it's not a heavy build, but it's a medium cabin, so we're moving up to the heavier cabins. In my opinion, what should excel on hovers is light cabins, because hover builds should be light in my opinion, so that they're more fragile, but they're also more rewarding. And by making hovers drain more power, you're also gonna need stronger cabins in order to combat this power drain, right? Because the heavier cabin you use, the bigger of a power, what do you say? Let's just see it there. The better it can combat this power drain, because heavy cabins have a higher power output. So it's almost like this Echo is actually more responsive than my Griffin. And that's... It feels like what they want to do is get away from heavy hovers. At least it seemed like it in the past. So by doing this, we're kind of going the other way. You see, this is a heavy cabin and it's more responsive than my Griffin. Right? And what if I pop the perk here? Then it almost feels like it's faster than the beholder. You see? And that's a problem in my opinion. Heavier cabins should be slower on hovers, but it's actually the other way around. Look what happens if we put the Griffin on here now. You see that? while it's fast, let's just there, turn. Then if we go put the beholder on this, and oops, of course I scraped into the wall. But I don't know if you guys can see this. It turns super fast as well. And I would say that since this is a medium cabin and the other one is a light cabin, that cabin should have been slower. And then if we take the Yokozuna here, it actually feels like it's even faster. And even more so, if I pop the perk, then I turn. You see that? It's literally turned those 90 degrees like this. So the heavier the cabin, the better they are on hovers right now because of the power output of heavy cabins. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, look at this. So I'm pretty sure right now that the cohort is actually faster than the Griffin on hovers. And we can run just 4 hovers in this, honestly. Which just makes this even weirder. Kind of want to just remove the cloak so we're not floating down 1 energy. It shouldn't have any effect, but on our cloak we can remove that. It's so strange. Nah, it's not broken by any means. I mean, it's likely not the way that they really want this to be. But it is nevertheless the way it is right now. The reason that it is like this is, like I said, heavier cabins have more power. And right now, hover builds are very dependent on power. Simply because of the fact that the more power they have, the more they will be able to counter the high power drain of hovers, okay? So that's why heavy cabins will perform better on hovers right now, simply because they have a higher power output, so they'll be able to better counter the power drain from hovers. They generally just accelerate better. That's what this comes down to. How does a common 8 to 9 hovers icebox feel? Alright, there's a wheel on this, so we gotta get that off. There we are. Ugh! Not good. But now we would only need... Oh wait, shit. I guess this much? Still slow as fuck though. But keep in mind that this is tonnage fused, not power fused. But it's still super slow. Now what I think is going on here is, I gotta be very honest with you, if we have this power drain on hovers, you see, oh, this is why hover balancing is just so freaking hard, and why I honestly feel that this is just straight up not gonna work. Because if this is hovers now, I wanna be real here and say I don't think we can use epic cabins at all, because I don't think there is a single epic cabin in the game that can provide sufficient power output in order to feed those Icarus the power that they need to still be a responsive build. So hover builds are going to be even more whale-like now, unless you go legendary cabins, which is going to be this, and it's going to be the Yokozuna, the cohort. Griffin to some extent, not really all that good anymore, to be very honest with you. This is not the way to do it. Sorry to disappoint you, chat, but this is not the way to do it. See these 7K sinus hovers. Yeah, you see something like the Nova as well with the power fusion. provides plenty of power for this. But it's a legendary, Kevin. I'm unsure if even the Omni will be able to. The Omni, once you're using the power mode, is okay. But you see this, even this hover, 6 hovers. It is so fucking sloppy. And this is the power mode. Look what happens if I switch to the reload mode. Then it's slower than the icebox. Okay, I'm spinning one direction now. Now I'm spinning in another direction. Oops. Oh, God. Hovers shouldn't be the Twitch dodges that they are now. What should they be then, Fleck Cannon? What do you want hovers to be? I'm genuinely curious to hear if you say that they shouldn't be these like light builds, what should they be then? Okay, so this is plus power. It's a bit slow right now because it's so low. I'm not sure if the wheel is actually touching the ground. Let's just see. We are leaving some tire marks, so it is. Was that fused to power? I don't think it is. Nope. God. Just give me a freaking power fuse. Okay, we don't have that on here, so I can't even show you. Need some new music here because this is good. Legendary cabins are better. Yeah, it's just not really great to implement a change where legend cabins are the only option. You know what I mean? Alright, so that's better than I expected. Thing is it power? It's weight limit. Good. So oh God. There, stand up again. But you see how freaking slow this is. Like, it's going to the ground, of course, but you know. This is nasty, by the way. See, we could just try some different builds in here right now and see. Oh my God. I'll try to hit the buttons hard enough so that you can hear when I press. Let me just shut the music off here, then you can hear when I press and when it actually starts turning. Okay. I am so fucking tired of the chest drive bots in here. Okay. See how hard it is to kill that inertia? So apparently they've given this... Oh my god, you see the difference? I know the other build is thick and everything, but there's just such a massive difference. Oh. What was that, Jet? Okay, that is a thick guideline. What? Does this go for all weapons now? I think that's bigger than before, right? Incinerator? I'm not sure about that. They def look like they are bigger. Oh, interesting. Okay. The reason everything gets a nerf is because people either go seal clubbing or clan players go down to 7k power score and play with hovers, aka hard to hit them because their acceleration is so fast. Yeah, they gave the Yuboko ammo now. I can respect that though. But it's just hard to make a final statement on hovers when they're not. Because then again, if the power drain is less, than what it is right now, then this is not going to feel as bad. But we can't tell because the hovers don't have the right stats. At least we don't know if they have for sure. We don't know if that is true or if it's actually what they said it would be, or if it's just simply not updated because of a mistake. Because in here, you see, I don't know if we're playing with 8% or 10% hovers right now. That's the issue. So it's hard to really like make any conclusions about it right now, you know what I mean? What I do want to try is just the meat grinders. Oh, that's a fun little build. Oh! Oh, this is so dope. This is very nice. I swear to God, if this becomes meta, then I'm actually gonna cry. I'm tempted to see if, when you got wheels on there, and the hovers are slammed to the ground, are they still affected by hover self-correction, or is that sort of cancelled as well? Okay, they are. That was kind of rude. I mostly just want to see this. Okay. Oh, I loved that sliding action there. Did you see that? That's nice. Devs don't know how to balance this game. Now, you see, the real issue is all of the shit that the devs get whenever they try to balance something. Whenever they make one person happy, they make another person unhappy. And they have to try to consider everybody. They don't just have to please one guy and then piss off the other one. But they have to find the middle grounds where everyone gets a little piece of the pie. But it's impossible when you have people who are just giving them shit no matter what they do. That's the biggest issue. It's not about the devs not knowing how to balance this game at all. I'm sure they know how to balance this game. And if they implemented all of the changes that would just be like this, then they would make a group of people very, very, very happy. And they would make another group of people very, very, very angry. And then they would have a huge chunk of people leaving the game like this. So, you know, if you, instead of being like, they don't know how to balance this game, took part in a constructive debate and said, I would like this and that and this and that to be looked at, then the devs would have something that they could work with, and then they could try to maybe implement that into the feedback that they get. That would make the game easier, and that would make the game devs actually closer to... What's going on here? Achieving some sort of balance in this game. This is a dope build, by the way. Yep, it also gets 400 more power score on the Kaiju. I'm wondering what would happen if we put Golden Eagle on this. Oh, come on. What? There. But not too heavy. It's a pretty quick fix for that. Just remove those for the time being. Exactly, Mabel. It is, I think, one of the hardest disciplines in the world is to balance a game. Oh. I absolutely love this build, by the way. I'm gonna make this work. But the Omnis feel alright. Oh, shit. I want to see what the turning is like here if we just sit on a spot and turn. Let's try this. I guess that's decent. Omni Wheels and Golden Eagle. You gotta keep it viable to claim most power scope, but the changes that they're making it to it right now is not gonna affect that at all. The only change that will potentially affect this at endgame is the energy consumption. Where a Kaiju player could bring a Kaiju, 2 cap cans, and a Colossus engine on a Beholder cabin. Or a Kaiju, an Aegis, and a cap cane. Right? So doing this, if you want to bring an Aegis with this, you're not going to be able to bring much else. Which in my opinion is very nice. So the biggest hit this is going to affect is going to be seal clubbing. Because you're going to have 400 more power score now on the Kaiju by itself. You're also going to remove 1 energy. So if those builds that are seal clubbing right now with a scope on an epic cabin, they're going to need a generator now to bring that scope as well. So they're going to buff that power score that they can go into a minimum by a lot now. And that's a nice change in my opinion. And also you're going to have a heavier build, because if you run it on a super seal clubbing engine, then it's going to flip itself unless you sit completely still while you shoot. Exactly, the Kaiju is equivalent to weapons, so it's nice to see 12 energy in my opinion. I think it's a good change. They can't add power score to a weapon because they would have to change the energy, because they have a fixed ratio for power score. How much power score a weapon has compared to the, what's that called? To the energy that it costs. Energy and power score is directly related between all rarities. So you can't just add power score to a weapon, they have to do something else. And now they add 1 energy to it, which also increases the power score. So my Fuse Typhoon Sideways hover is going to be no good. Do you need to fuse hovers for power? It's probably still going to be good, you're just going to have to rebuild. That happens every once in a while, it is what it is. As long as they just still work with heavy cabins, then I'm happy. Then I think it's a good change. Because it's going to stop wheels on builds. I just hate having wheels on here, it's so annoying. I mean, it won't make any difference to ban rarities below certain total power scores. A bad player bringing a Scorpion into 7k PS is gonna get killed by a good player at 7k PS who plays Sinus, or who plays Vectors even, who plays Goblins, Sledgehammers, Maces. He's gonna get killed by them if it's a bad player. It all comes down to the skill. It just often so happens that it's the good players who carries the relics, so it's also the good players playing the good weapons. But at 7000 PS, you're still gonna have a super squishy build if you play a relic at 7000 PS. But you're gonna have a really tanky, well-made, well-thought-of build at 7k PS if you play a wedge with 4 sledgehammers, for example. How vulnerable would it be to use 4 hovers on a legendary cabin? I mean, the one we downloaded before. So this is 6 hours. Fast, but not super fast. This is 5 right now, and now it's 4. So let's see. What if we took the Yokozuna and put that there? And just for testing purposes, put that there. Then remove that and we say, let's put a Doppler on here. And a Chameleon. There we go. Oh my god, the responsiveness is insane. This is about as fast as the old seal clubbing hovers like 2 years ago. So scope players ruin new people's experience on low power scores. I don't know, I don't play at those power scores enough, so I wouldn't be the one to ask if it's true or not, but my personal experience is that they're easy enough to kill because they are so squishy. But I'm not a new player either, so I wouldn't know what it feels like. And I don't really play at that power score a whole lot besides when I'm recording, so it's really hard for me to tell. Like, in my opinion, if you are a player with sculpts, you should get your ass in high power score and get better in there. That's the reason that most people playing at 7kp is suck at anything but seal clubbing. That's the reason that they are trash at the game besides when they are seal clubbing, because they don't play at a power score where their enemies in clan wars and stuff like that also plays. And then they're gonna end up being stuck in bronze forever, so that's just them being trash. But, you know, it's... I don't think it's that big of a problem, but I don't play there enough to be able to say that. So don't take my words for anything there. But let's look at this build. You would have around, I don't know, what is that, 15k or something before you would hit the mass limit? Let's see. One there, we put one there. That's 14.5. And yeah, 15,000, then we probably have 100 more. Yeah. 15,150 you would have with a heavy cabin. So this is a fall-over build with 2 train plows on. And it's still quite responsive. Yeah, that's the thing. 4 hovers is super vulnerable. I think you would go for something like 6. But then again, I would love to see just 4 hover builds, but they would just need to give them more durability because they're still super squishy if they don't. Well, yeah, the breaker perk is kind of retarded too, but... I think it's just, it's hard to ever really fully balance hovers, because I don't think it's a balance question. I just think it's a way of preferring movement parts. Say this guy was on wheels here, I'm gonna be able to at all times keep my guns pointed towards him while I can shoot him. If he's on wheels and running fixed angle cannons, well then he's gonna have to drive around in order to try to hit me. So I think you more so need to just look at the weapons and see what weapons are dominant. And why are those weapons dominant? If the weapons are dominant because they are on a specific movement type, well, how can you change those weapons to be less dominant on that movement type rather than bashing the movement type for it? Because the hovers are just hovers and they can move in omnidirection. They are omnidirectional is what I'm trying to say. So they can go pretty much anywhere. And that's not gonna change no matter how hard you nerf or buff hovers. It's never gonna change. It's just the way that this movement part works. Right? Dog players are gonna be... Nah, the dog players are gonna be so fucking happy, dude. Any change to the hover that makes a hovers more squishy is a good change for dog players. Because then they can really go show, you know, their lack of skill and how good they are against an even weaker enemy. If we have to play hovers that are this squishy, but they also take away some of the inertia, so it's harder to juke, then it's gonna be easier to go kill a hover, basically, as melee. 7 hover Typhoon, we just did that before. But they're generally very slow. This is now 7 hovers, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. But I don't have power fused cabins, that's worth mentioning. But this is very, very sloppy right now. But then again, we don't know if the Icarus is actually what it says it is, because here it says 10% power, but it should be 8%. So we don't know if it's just a wording right now, or if it's actually the hovers that are at fault at the moment. What they're doing is to force hovers to be vulnerable if they want to be nimble. Which is fine. Hovers should be vulnerable, but nimble. But they just shouldn't force people to play 4 Icarus and then only give the Icarus in an unfused state 165 HP. Because they're still gonna fall off like this. A breaker can just push in. A breaker has to shoot you, what, 2-3 times, then your hovers just fall off. They shouldn't be able to... Way back in the day, hovers could tank like, I think, 2-3 mammoth shots. That's not right. But... they shouldn't be too squishy either, if we can only have 4. Oops. Like, you see that? So you can run in here, and you can strip these. And then this build is decently balanced out right now. But as soon as this build starts taking some damage and you have a breaker coming in and he's like, I'm just gonna clear your rear hovers, then this build is screwed. And it's gonna shoot up in the air. And if it takes literally 1 second to disable a ride, then that's wrong. You shouldn't be punished that hard for your abilities as long as we can't have a hover. If this hover was super fast and super nimble so that he would be able to turn around before he lost his hovers, then I would be fine with it. That would be so fine. You know, then you messed up because you didn't position right or something like that. But if we don't have a chance, there's no way that you as a player can avoid. If I have a griffin coming at me, then I'm not going to be able to respond. Say this guy with the griffin was coming at me and he cloaked and he pushed in. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna go behind the cannon now and kill him. Then he would push in, he would just stop here and he would strip my hovers. And I would not be able to do anything before he stripped my hovers. And it's just not the way that this game should work, because it ruins all the fun with the game. It's just like lances. You get punished for it like this. But if you're a super fast nimble hover, then you would also see the guy coming in because of his tracks and you would actually be able to do something about it before he murders you. But you can't do that right now because it takes me 1 second to remove my hovers and I wouldn't know that this guy is coming because he's running a griffin most of the time. And of course, show some love for spiders as well. I fully agree with that. Likely not gonna happen at the moment, but it would be dope. This is a very sketchy build. And for some reason it can't turn. Complain so hard, but ignore the fact that sculpts do the same thing to the opposite side. You have no perspective. What do you mean, dude? In what way? Do you mean by stripping hovers? Again. Which one? See, that's the funny thing when people show up into the chat and then they sit here and I can't do anything to respond. It's exactly what we're complaining about. We get the wheels taken off in a row by a sculpt shot from one dumb dude across cloaked across the map. But you see, That's just the issue, because first of all, if you're trading with the Scorpion and you get all of your rear hover shut off, then you're really, really, really fucking mispositioned. Because if you lose all your hovers from across the map, right? Then you're letting those Scorp shots get in there. The next thing is, if you're losing all of your wheels while you're pushing up, I don't know if you can go to the custom games here. I don't know why we can't do that. It is so freaking annoying, so we can't look at the maps. But let's just take the Clan Wars maps from one end to the other. Sandy Gulf. If you spawn on the south side of Sandy Gulf, right? Then you can push up on the left side where you have containers pretty much all the way. One guy might lose one wheel because he gets shot under the boat, or if he goes the other way around. But besides that, you'll be able to cloak up. Then you can push from several different directions, and you have one guy who maybe plays a breaker and then brings 6 wheels instead of 5. You tell him to go the route where he's going to be the most visible. Then you have 3 other players who can Griffin cloak and push in and do pretty much as they please, because the people will be focused on the one guy who draws the attention. Now, of course, the good players will still know that there likely will be some people coming in other sides. But don't tell me that the entire... If your entire team lost their wheels before they get to the base, then you need to learn how to play. On the other hand, if you take some other map, then let's take Power Plant. Power Plant, trains is full of cover, and you have 3 different lanes of approaches. Sewers, kind of open, but if you have someone else going down the other lanes as well, you won't be able to cover all 3 lanes, because then you're splitting up the enemy team and you'll just be able to kill them. So you still have some people coming in there for free. If you run down through the middle, that is super open. That's usually where the Pork drops his Porks if the enemy has a Pork. Again, you can send in the heavy guy there to take some focus and sort of be the victim, while then 2 Griffin hybrids lances the enemy. And if they then don't lance the enemy, then... Or on the other hand, if they lost their fucking wheels to a Scorpion, I mean, again, how many Scorpions can be on one team? If you have 4 Scorpions on the enemy team, then bait them in. Again, go from different directions. You can't cover all directions as a team. It's humanly impossible, because you got that Griffin cloak. Use that Griffin cloak, or a cloak without using the Griffin. Push up on the map, get to where there's cover next time, and stay there, okay? Stay there, wait for your cloak to recharge. When the cloak is recharged, you pop the Griffin and you Griffin cloak in and you attack. It's just about attacking on the first or the second cloak as a melee, but you'll have cover pretty much all the way. Then we can go to a different map. What's that map called? The one with the... You know, the big radar dishes. You know which one I mean. Control 17. Again, you got so much fucking cover. I do agree that that is not the best maps for melee. You can take a lot of shots from there. And there's a lot of kiting. So yes, on that map, you can get D-wheeled before you engage. But you're not gonna have 4 people being D-wheeled still. So what you're saying is the way to deal with the Scorpar is to do the thing you're complaining about. You don't see how the... Bro, what? Not at all. You're not listening at all. You're not paying any attention to what I'm saying at all. Then you just want to sit here and be negative because you disagree with my views. Which is fine. You don't have to agree with my views. But you shouldn't come at me and not listen to what I'm saying. If you want to have a discussion with me, because I'm very open to what you have to say. You're clearly a dog player. And I'm very, very open to hearing other people's opinions. But I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you as a hover player should have the opportunity, if you get engaged by melee, to get away. And that is what you don't have right now. And if we have to bring less hovers, then our chances of getting away when you get close is even less. Alright? That has nothing to do with being D-wheeled or any of the like. Nothing at all. That is not what I'm saying. Okay? If you come at me and you take my wheels because I had no chance of knowing where you would attack from, when you would attack, and once you're there, it's too late to do anything. You used things like Griffin Spears as the way to deal with scopes. I actually hate dogs. I wish they do something about them. But if that's the way to counter, then you hover, then you can't. There's plenty of ways to counter hovers. The Lance guy was just an example. Send in a fire melee, send in a breaker. I don't give a shit. Send in whatever, a fortune. The weapon is not the most important thing here. The weapon, the issue is that you have builds that can rush in and kill a guy without the guy being able to respond. If they want us to put less hovers on our builds, we're gonna die more easily. Then we're gonna be even easier to take out of the game. And by we, I mean hover players. And I don't have... If I can't play my hovers, fuck that. I'll play something else. I don't give a shit. It's just the movement part that I feel the most comfortable with right now. But if big rams or whatever are gonna be more comfortable, then I'm gonna play big rams. Okay? It's that simple. I'm not defending hovers because of me only wanting to play hovers. I just like to play hovers right now, so I want to play hovers right now, right? But it could be anything. I'm just arguing here that we have a movement part right now that people want gone from the game straight up. We all know that's not gonna happen, right? We all know that's not gonna happen. And I'm willing to take hover builds and give them 4 hovers like they had back in the day. All I'm asking for is that if you then get ambushed by a melee, give the hover 1 way of surviving. Any way, just 1. But if this build only has 4 hovers right now and a breaker pushes me, then I am stripped of all my movement parts in 1 second, right? In 1 fucking second, all my hover parts are gone. And I can't move anymore. Then you're out of the game. And that's with pretty much any part. Lancers can do that right now. If they do it so that breakers can do that now as well, then it's gonna be a fucking melee war out there until the next patch, whether they then try to rebalance it and was like, oh, this didn't work, but we have to rebalance it. Sad thing is, though, that if it comes to this, last time that this game was full-on melee war, then people are gonna quit so much. Yeah, the chat limit is a bitch, Tennessee, I know that. And I know you find yourself annoyed with sculpts, but I'm trying to put this into perspective in a way that makes sense to why getting one-shotted and or getting taken out of the game like this, you know, it's just not healthy for the game. And if you get taken out like this in any game, people are gonna stop playing it. And right now you are already getting taken out in a second or less by lances and breakers if you're on hovers. And what I'm saying is that if they go forward with wanting us to play less hovers in the current state, then hovers are going to be even easier to take out, and then they're going to be out of the game even more. And people like to play hovers, so if they can't play their hovers, not everyone sees it like me. Not everyone is going to switch to something else. A lot of people are just going to say, I'm going to find a new game. I'm going to find a new game where I can play any sort of playstyle, where I can move freely wherever I want and shoot in every direction wherever I want. Nah, that's very, 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 very wrong. The devs made 80% of the Clan Wars community fuse almost 8 to 10 hovers in the Christmas event. I will bet you $1 million fucking dollars that devs didn't come knocking on your door, holding you at gunpoint, saying fuse your fucking hovers now, dude, or oh my god, I'm gonna smack you hard, you know? It's not like your mommy was calling up and was like, son, did you fuse your hovers? I just talked to Tajam, they said spend all your money on hovers. You fused your hovers. You. Okay? You guys chose to fuse your shit. Well knowing that any game has to be developed and progress. Any game has to be changed to keep it fun and entertaining, both for new and old players. Because if someone leaves the game, comes back a year later and sees that everything is exactly the same, is he gonna complain, like start playing it? No, he's not. Things gotta continue changing all the time because it keeps people interested. That's just the way it is. No one told you to fuse your fucking builds. You did it. With the risk that they can get changed. So, I mean, why do these streams always end up becoming like hovers and not hovers? But I hope you guys sort of get the points that that one is over, by the way, Omega. The Kaiju nerf is retarded. The gun was already nah. I'm not even gonna continue reading that. Bots are still stupid, yeah. I really like the wheeled mastodons. Yeah, that's a fair point. A lot of people started playing mastodons on wheels, and those builds are fucking scary. If they nerf my hovers, I'm going to Breakers. This sucks. Yeah. Back when I think it was like patch 0.45, Melees would just chew up everything. And that's what I fear the most this game is going to go back to, because that was just so... Game server offline. Did they seriously take it down again now? I think it did. I'm just trying to bring up a video here of the old Melees. What video is this? Okay, it's not that. I know I have some Clan Wars footage of it. Oh. Wait, is it already 10 months since we created buns? Holy crap. I think it was like patch 0.45. Let's try that. CROSSOUT 0.45. Stop giving me these most recent ones. Ones. Okay, it's clearly not interested in that. Oops. CROSSOUT. Okay, we're gonna go back to the OG video then. CROSSOUT construction team. That is one of the only ones that I remember for sure. There we are. So this is the old melee. Oh, I don't know if this song is copyrighted. Actually, I'm just gonna shut that down. But this is the old melees. How is this fun? Like when you can go to Clan Wars with bullshit like this, then there's something wrong with the build. Right? Look at that, that's no fun. It's literally so dumb. Tester will put out another update. I'll just open it up again. Hopefully hovers are right now, so we can get to test those. See, this is just... It's just so stupid that this is a thing at all. You see how quickly he dies? You see that? We connect here. That was 5 seconds. 5 seconds to fully kill a guy. And with the hybrids, it's even quicker today. I might not share the same opinion as the rest, but I think that's fucking boring. I don't think it makes sense at all. Oh, that's a chunky boy. Alright, let's see. Ah, the Icarus right now. Oh! Chat! They did it! Okay. It's still bad. It's still bad. It is a 7 hover. It is a 7 hover. I mean, if you're trying to tell me that a fire melee sucks against a big fat 25,000 kilograms spider, then I'm actually gonna have a heart attack right now. Holy shit, dude, that hurts. Back in the day, you could actually read the map and be sure that the melee doesn't have an Oculus verifier to find you. Now, see Osmosi. That's fucking true, dude. But fuck what type of melee it is. It doesn't matter. As long as there's some type of melee that can one-shot builds in 5 seconds, then that stuff needs to be changed, in my opinion. Okay, did the August go through the correct way now? Because the auger change... I think the auger change was in the server before as well. I'm quite sure it was. Wait, Sax, did you just show up or some shit? I can't tell if you're, like, reading the news that we've been covering for the past 2 hours. Or if they released something new that I'm not aware of. I think Sax is just drunk, and he just showed up. It seems like we're dealing with a case of that. Okay, so Sax is just drunk. That's always nice to know. It's a bit too early for that, Sax, but you know. Wait, will you fucking let go? Okay, Sax is like really fucking drunk. We have we've covered all of those things already, Sax. Wait. Are you not supposed to let go of me or something like that? Isn't that how these are supposed to work? I just want to see that again. That's the wrong build. Yeah, Sax, you're talking about the 12 energy change and the extra recoil and all that thing, right, Sax? How typhoons can blow your build with one shot? Because you have a bad build. This is my best bet. Now I'm really gonna play myself if I said that about my own build, but it didn't get blown in one shot, so I think I'm safe. Where did that... Oh, there he is. Drop me a cap cane. I'm so good. Oh, shit. Like, if you feel like your build gets blown up in one shot, then you should try to play the Mastodons, because the Mastodons have a bigger explosion radius than the freaking Typhoons. So, right? I can't wait to play this on Omni Wheels. That's gonna be so fun. Nah, it's okay, Sax. You're only 2 hours behind, so you're fine. You can always rewatch it later, Omi. All good, Echo. Surprised you're not using Omnis. We have actually tried the tried the Omnis yesterday, where they were kind of dope. I think the way we mounted them was 4 Omni wheels on this thing. And they are gonna be so much fun, my dudes. There we go. Visible projectile for the Kaiju. They made that so you can actually see where you get shot from now. That's rather big. This thing is so dope now. I literally cannot wait till I can play with this. Oh no! Look at this freaking thing. It's gonna be so good when they change the Omni wheels to this. But yeah, chat. Do you have any closing comments before we drop the final verdict? Oh! Yeah, the squeaking sound is a bit annoying. Kaiju still strong, this nerf was necessary. I fully agree with the Kaiju. I fully agree with the Kaiju nerf. This game's just going to shit, clearly. I don't know, I think this changes. I think this is a nice patch. It's bringing a lot of things in the right direction. The hover nerf needs some additional tweaking, but I really think this is a nice patch, like, all in all. Omni Pork build? Yeah, me too, 100%. Just need the pokes. Trust me, homie. When you get those pokes, you're gonna be so happy, dude. Oh gosh. I mean, there's the Omni Poke build, and then there's the Omni Poke. How do you even say that correctly? Poggers, which is the thing you eat. And then Pog, which is the emoji kind of Pog, right? I hope you get the memo, chat. Thank you so much for being here today. This has been an amazing stream, as always, and I hope you guys will stay safe, stay awesome, and stay tight, and stay good, and stay positive. That's the most important one. Fucking stay positive. I'm gonna come after you guys, okay? Besides that, I don't know what to say. We have to end the stream at some point, so I think now is a good time to do it. If you guys didn't hear it before, you can become a member on the channel just down below and get access to all the nice builds. And just if you want to support me and you want to get cool emojis, someone who's a member, can you just show all of the sick emojis that we have on the channel? And you can use those when we live stream, and you can see the builds that I use, and you can just, you know, be good. Support me as a content creator if you want to. Become a member just down below. Join the Burger Buns family. I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Bye bye. Okay, I'm going now. No, you hang up first.
No, you hang up first.
No, you hang up first. Okay, I'm gonna do it now.